Hey guys, it's Michelle Martin Dobbins, and I want to thank you for being in this Be Magic group in 2018. And I wanted to make a little video because I have been spending some time pondering how I could be of service to this group. I just didn't want it to be like a lip service thing, and I post some things to remind you every week to indulge in the pleasures of life and focus on your commitments, but I had this desire to be, and I have this desire to be of service and really see magic happen in the lives of the people who are in this group. So I've been meditating on it and thinking about it, and I guess I got an answer to my question. I listened to Rune Soup. If you saw my list of favorite things from this year, one of those things was the podcast Rune Soup. And recently, Gordon White interviewed, her name just went out of my brain. Lynn McTaggart, who wrote The Intention Experiment, which is a really good book I recommend to anyone, and also The Field. Her new book is called The Power of Eight, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm just jumping out there and saying that I really feel like using a process similar to hers for this group would be amazing. And the process that she uses, she put people in groups and they made intentions for each other. So, if one person was intending to get a new job, other people in the group would visualize and work on manifesting that intention for that person instead of actually focusing on their own intention. And that turned out to have some really powerful results. And I'm being upfront and honest. I haven't read the book yet. When I finally listened to the podcast, it just clicked in me, and I wanted to share a story with you because it brought back this memory for me of a really, really powerful manifesting result for me that was just, it really touched me deeply, but then I kind of hit it. And so I'll tell you that story, and I'm intending that we will do some of that kind of work here in this group. So what happened to me was my oldest daughter was 4, none of my other children were born yet, and I was staying with my mom at the time. My husband and I had moved to West Virginia. We were trying to get started on a new life in a new state, and I fell and I hurt my ankle and it swelled up, and I had job interviews and I had all this stuff coming up, and I was really distressed. I didn't have health insurance at the time because we were moving from jobs to jobs, places to places. So I was doing all of my manifesting stuff, right? I was doing Reiki. I was, visualizing that happy ankle, and it just wasn't happening. And so I got to a point where I thought, you know what? It's not the worst thing in the world. I am at my mother's house. She can help me. I may have to reschedule some things. It's just, it is what it is. And so I let go of it. But then I had a thought, and the thought was, what if I didn't have my mom? What if I were a single mom? Or what if I was someone who really just had this situation with my ankle and actually couldn't, just didn't have the backup support that I actually did have? So I decided to pray and visualize those people who were in that situation, anybody who had an ankle issue, visualize them getting better, healing, and sending Reiki, which is a form of energy healing, to them. And I had let go at that point in time of worrying about my ankle. I knew it would get better whenever it did, and it was not in any big hurry to do so. It was fine. So I spent several hours doing that, went to bed, and got up the next morning, and it took me a little while because I got up and stepped on the ankle. The ankle was fine. The ankle was healed. The ankle was 100% healed. So what did I think at that point in time? I thought I had hit the like manifesting jackpot. I was like, oh my gosh, I know the secret, right? Not exactly like the movie, but I knew. I was like, this is it. This is the magic. When you let go of what you desire and you focus on other people's results and send that to them, it comes back to you, which kind of made sense to me because we're all one, right? On that deep level. So, yeah, I was so excited by this. And so this is what makes me really nervous to share this with you guys. I get so excited that it was like November, I think, when this happened. And so for Christmas, for all of my family members, I made up this notebook, this loving kindness notebook, which explained my experience and how they could intend for other people and create magic in their lives. I thought I was brilliant, right? I did give them a restaurant gift certificate along in the front of the booklet, but I made these booklets up for all of my not just immediate family members, but extended family members. I'm so excited for Christmas, and they all thought I was crazy. So yeah, I was kind of like, what did I do? I was so excited, so exuberant, and yeah. I think those notebooks very quickly ended up in the trash that I had printed up and bound at Kinko's. Actually, I don't know where I got them bound because there's no Kinko's in that little town in Elkins, West Virginia. Anyway, so I think that really kind of made me put this technique to the side. I didn't have a blog at that time, and I didn't have a group. I didn't have anybody to share this with other than my family members, who are lovely, lovely people. I love them all very much, but they do not necessarily subscribe to the same beliefs that I do, and that is perfectly fine. But, you know, I need my magic peeps, and you guys are my magic peeps, and so I can't keep putting this on the back burner now that it's really, you know, I put out that prayer and that asking of how to be of service to this group. And I heard the podcast and had that memory come back of that. I think I blocked it out because I was so embarrassed about the notebooks afterwards. But now that that's come back to me, I really would love to practice that with you guys in the group, with anybody that is amenable to sharing that process with me. So what I have done is created a spreadsheet through Airtable, which is kind of like Excel, that we can all access, and you can put your name and what your intentions are, and we can intend for each other. So there's going to be another video that's going to explain that in here and give you a link to that. So please go in there and put your intentions in there. And I want to tell you something. You may think that the magic of this is having your name on a list where maybe 300 people are going to focus and visualize on you getting your intention, but it's not. The magic is when you go to that list and focus on giving somebody else, you know, focus and imagine the other person manifesting what they want. It's one of those things I can't necessarily explain why. I guess it kind of makes sense to me on a really deep level that when what we give to others, we end up receiving for ourselves. So I'll be sharing some more about this in the group, but I didn't want to go too long to start this out. But yes, the gift that you're giving other people is write your intention in there, because that is giving them an opportunity to see you manifest your goals, and that is going to help them manifest theirs. Really cool how that works, right? Like instant karma. So I'm really excited, and because I've kind of jumped back in like I did with my family in the notebooks. I haven't totally fully thought this through extremely well. I just kind of made this this form for spreadsheet for us to use, and it may end up being clunky and hard, and we may end up trying to do something else, and you may have even a better idea of how we can organize that, but that's what we're going to start with for now. And just I encourage you to jump in on this project, because we can actually do real magic for each other by visualizing and seeing each other's goals. And it's really just as simple as going to the list and putting yours on there. And right now there's just one. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, maybe there's more. More people add their intention to the list. So add your intention and then spend 3 to 5 minutes and visualize somebody else getting their intention, and really put all your energy and juice, see it, feel it, hear it, touch it, taste it, that person getting what they want. And then let's see what happens. I can't guarantee anything. I know that for Lynn McTaggart's group, most of them got, some amazing results. And so I'm just really excited to see what kind of results that we can get for each other, and that I can really be of service to you and help you have a magical 2018, not just by sending you a meme every week. Okay, so go that post. If it's not posted yet, it's going to be posted really, really soon, within a few minutes of me posting this one. I don't know, sometimes Facebook takes a little while to upload, but it will be here in the group. So find the link, and let's jump in and make some magic. Namaste and big hugs, and I will see you here in the group.